Recent weeks, the autonomous Danish territory of Greenland has appeared in discussions on both sides of the Atlantic following President Trump's continued desire to annex the island. His renewed interest in the region has sparked controversy in Greenland, Denmark and elsewhere in Europe. And just this week, Trump made strong warnings of trade tariffs on Europe. So just what has been the reaction from Europe on all of this? Well, joining us live now from the Danish capital, Copenhagen, is the journalist Jamie Smith-Maillet. Jamie, beyond the possible looming trade war, what has been the reaction in Denmark regarding the Greenland question?
Yeah, good morning, Graham. So, as you said there, the message from President Trump has been quite clear since taking office, and even before late January, he said, "I think we're going to have it," referring to the territory of Greenland. And if we recall a month ago, his son Donald Trump Jr. made the symbolic trip there. Here in Denmark, the message from the government has also been clear and has been reiterated that Greenland is not for sale. The PM Mette Frederiksen honed in on this message, stating earlier this week that she had widespread support from Europe. And she said that everybody has to respect the sovereignty of all nation states in the world, and that Greenland is today a part of the Kingdom of Denmark and it's part of our territory, and it's not for sale. Now, here in Denmark, support for this message on the whole has been around, and here were some of the views on the streets of Copenhagen yesterday voicing their concerns.
We didn't do enough to protect Greenland, and we are in a global war at the moment against Russia, and it is an issue. That's people don't understand how Trump works. He makes grandiose statements, and then he threatens people, and then he goes the other way, and then we shake hands and we're good again.
We have been, in common with Greenland for 800 years, so it's rather stupid. But I think perhaps there's something that we could do better for Greenland than we do today.
I think it's kind of funny. It's funny because I've also been to Greenland myself 2 years ago. And Greenland, I feel like it's not a place that could really defend itself. So if Trump really wants to go get it, he'll probably be able to do it. But it feels completely wrong and off, obviously, for all the right reasons.
And in Greenland, while the Autonomous Territories PM Mette Edgar has said that what happens there is Greenland's business, he did say that this week that he would now look into calling a snap election and potentially a referendum on independence from Denmark. However, a recent poll did reveal that 85% of Greenlanders did not want Trump to take over the territory.
Well, Jamie, let's turn to Donald Trump's talk of trade tariffs on Europe. What's the reaction to that been?
Yeah, so in many ways it's quite linked to and at the same time quite apart from the Greenland debate, and that's this question of increasing tariffs, which has gained overall a greater reaction here in Europe. And we know that there was the 25% trade tariffs placed on both Mexico and Canada and then paused. So there's a genuine thought of threat here from Europe being felt. Earlier this week, speaking outside Air Force One, President Trump himself sent a clear message to Europe on tariffs.
It will definitely happen with the European Union, I can tell you that, because they've really taken advantage of us. And, we have over a $300 billion deficit. They don't take our cars, they don't take our farm products, they take almost nothing. And we take everything from them, millions of cars, tremendous amounts of food and farm product. So the UK is way out of line, and we'll say the UK, but European Union is really out of line. UK is out of line, but I'm sure I think that one can be worked out. But the European Union it's an atrocity.
So he talked there of this $350 billion gap in trade between the EU and the USA, but his own government figures actually in 2022 put this nearer to $130 billion. The immediate reaction here has been quite pointed across the board. The EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen stated that when targeted unfairly or arbitrarily, the European Union will respond firmly.
Yeah, and we had EU leaders meeting in Brussels on Monday. The Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, attended. What was the general message coming out of that meeting?
Yeah, well, this meeting, first of all, the aim of the overall meeting was of defence, obviously, with the ongoing conflicts on the edge of Europe's borders. But there was much more on the table, with this talk of Greenland and indeed impending tariffs. On Monday, during the meeting, France's President Emmanuel Macron said that the EU needed to show its muscle in light of the trade threats. We have the Polish president calling the potential trade war unnecessary and stupid. And in Germany, the Chancellor Olaf Scholz said that the move would be bad for both the EU and the USA. So a strong message there, but at the same time, I guess we have to remember that there's still instability across the board in Europe. Europe is also having its own ongoing challenges of both solidarity and cohesion, domestic politics in Germany and France, both very unstable. So I guess overall, much like on the streets here in Copenhagen, there's an overall sense of both alarm and confusion in the air.
Yeah, certainly a lot of confusion. Jamie Smith-Maillet, thank you very much indeed. Well, let's turn to another aspect of